Welcome to Therapy Facts with Dr. Jenn. Today we are talking about adjuncts and alternatives to professional therapy. We've been talking about professional therapy the whole time, and now it's time to talk about strategies that people can use if they cannot afford to go to therapy or they don't want to go to therapy for any reason. These same strategies can also be used to help the professional psychotherapy process move along a little quicker. So, point one is self-help books. Self-help books is the one of the top selling book types or genres in America. And people buy millions and millions and millions of self-help books every year. Now, the extent to which these books are useful or not is a separate issue that we will talk about in this video. But first, let's talk about the 3 books that I wrote. The first book is titled Men Don't Like Kids. The next book is titled It Takes a Village to Raise a Criminal. And the third book is titled The Honeymoon Won't Last Forever. The subtitle is 5 Ugly Facts About Human Behavior. Each book is described, and the link to review the chapters in each book is in the description of the video. And I wrote the books because I wanted to give people who do not go to therapy, or even if they do go to therapy, but specifically people who don't, the opportunity to be able to read about therapy issues or life issues or mental health issues or behavioral issues that people bring to therapy, and then the solutions that people get from going to therapy. And so self-help books allows the individual to read about a circumstance and read about a solution and perhaps try a solution without the struggle that happens in psychotherapy to get to that solution. So, the extent to which a book has scenarios or includes scenarios that the individual reader can relate to, and the solutions an individual reader can try, that makes the book a pro for that particular reader. The con about self-help books is that no book is going to be able to very precisely address the individual issues of every individual person. However, the extent to which the individual reader can use the scenarios that are provided, the scenarios and the solutions that are provided, and then extrapolate them to their own lives, then that is what self-help books are meant to do. Now, as I said, self-help books are targeted towards people who don't go to therapy. However, self-help books are often prescribed as homework by professional therapists because being able to read and use what's in a self-help book can help the therapy process to move along a little faster, because the author has taken the time to provide information, to provide explanations that are relatable to many people's thoughts, behaviors, and feelings, which as a trio are the subject of professional psychotherapy. And so very often an author in a book has already put the explanation in writing in such a way that the professional psychotherapist can just say, hey, here, read this. Let's talk about this. Let's see what we can, how we can apply the content in this book to your circumstance in order to move you along towards your therapy goals. So whether you're in therapy or whether you're not in therapy, self-help books can be very helpful. Just remember to I always caution people to get as much of a sample of a book before you buy it through the library. Love the library. And now you have physical books in the library, and then you have digital books in various online platforms that libraries subscribe to, and that you can then go to digitally to borrow books. Then YouTube has a ton of books, period, but also self-help books that have been translated into auditory form for free. And so there's a lot of ways that you can get physical and digital samples, either the whole book or some sample of the book, before you decide to buy. But if you find a book that really fits, then my suggestion is, if you can, to buy the book so that you always have it available for your review. But again, self-help books are big business and can be big help.